On the season debut of Terriers Take 5, how about a sneak peek to hockey season? The Terriers unveil the 2014-2015 season at Hockey's Media Day. Run with a purpose. Terrier athletes were in Alston to take part in the Brian J. Honan 5K. And there's a new boss in town. We sit down with the 13th Director of Athletics, Drew Marrochello. Come on up for the rising. Terriers Take 5 starts right now.
Hello all and welcome back to Terriers Take 5. I'm Brian Moore. While it might be a new season of opportunities and in sports always uncertainties, there is one thing we can guarantee: the best in BU athletics in an action-packed 5-minute show. We begin this year with a look at the upcoming hockey season. Both the men's and women's teams were on display along with the rest of the conference at Hockey's Media Day.
Head coaches David Quinn and Brian DeRocher were on hand at the annual Hockey's Media Day at TD Garden. The women's ice hockey team is the favorite in conference to win their 4th straight Hockey's title, edging out rival Boston College by just 2 points. It's the 3rd time the Terriers have been predicted to win the conference title, as BU boasts the reigning national scoring leader Sarah LaFour, along with 18 other returning Terriers.
Well, it's obviously recognition for a day or maybe a week, but once we get started, it really doesn't mean too much as far as the players or myself believe. We've got to go out and earn our stripes every day.
The Terrier men's team is predicted to finish 6th in the conference, with Providence the favorite to win the title. Hockey's Commissioner Joe Bertagna announced that Hockey's teams will be televised 70 times this season. BU's first televised game will be on Halloween night at the preseason favorite, Friars.
Obviously home ice is everybody's goal, get that first round bye. It's certainly ours. We also want to win the league championship. I think every team should feel that should be a goal. It's certainly our goal.
It didn't take long for the Terriers to get off the field and into the community, as BU athletes stretched it 3.1 miles here to the finish line at the Brian J. Honan 5K.
On Sunday, September 21st, more than 20 Terrier athletes participated in the 11th annual Brian J. Honan 5K.
We're here today in Alston for the Brian Honan Road Race. We're raising money for scholarships for Alston Brighton kids. It's great. It was a little bit hot, but it's great to be part of such an amazing cause to raise money for these kids.
The Brian J. Honan Charitable Fund was set up in honor of a former Boston City councilman who devoted his life to public service. BU sponsored over 100 runners from within the Terrier community, as over 1,500 people participated in the race. This was the first event for the BU Student Athlete Advisory Council, which set a goal to volunteer 4,500 hours of community service over the course of the school year. As Boston University Athletics sets sail on a new season, there's a new man at the helm. Former Deputy Director of Athletics Drew Marrochello will now steer the ship as the 13th Director of Athletics. His first order of business, an appearance on Terriers Take 5.
First off, Drew, I want to say congratulations on obviously the upgrade in position. And it seems like, though, you haven't had a chance even to move into the big office yet.
Oh, thank you, Brian. It's been kind of a busy time, so the transition will take place over the next couple of weeks. It really hasn't been that much of a concern or a priority for me. As you can tell, we're kind of scrunched into the old office, but that'll come in time.
Already people are going to take your words and look at them and say, how can we keep this true throughout? And I wanted to actually use a quote that you had said in BU today, and it's just very interesting. Athletically, my goal is for BU to be viewed as the best non-football playing Division I school in the nation. You talk about resetting the industry standard right there.
I think that's part vision, part goal, and I don't think it's really unrealistic. We have, as I mentioned, a great institution. We have wonderful coaches. We have student athletes who I'd compare to anybody in the country. And when you look at how we're so positioned, it's a unique position, really, for widespread success. We have programs that can compete nationally. We have programs that can compete quite well for the conference championship. And when you look across the board, across our 24 sports, I just think we're in a position that we can really make a splash.
And to follow up on that, you talk about over the last 5 years how BU has been prominent in terms of athletics. Part of that is being in the national spotlight, playing the best programs, being on national television, being able to watch this across the country as well.
Certainly, Brian. You and I have had a lot of conversations about this. We're going to continue to play a national schedule in the regular season. I think it positions us well for the postseason. It showcases us across the country to various alumni bases. And it's certainly, we've always felt that we can compete against some of the best programs in the country. When you look at the success men's basketball had last year in an upset win against Maryland, you look at the great success the women's softball team had in the NCAA tournament, I think that we certainly are positioned to compete nationally.
Drew, I appreciate you taking the time, and next time I hope to get a welcoming into the new office as well.
I hope so, Brian.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
While in his former role, Marrochello pioneered successful endeavors such as red-hot hockey and most recently, the building of New Balance Field. But that will do it for us here on Terriers Take 5. We are just getting started this season. Continue to look for new episodes coming out on Tuesdays. For all news BU, check out the Athletics website at GoTerriers.com. For producer Leo Parre and our entire crew, I'm Brian Moore saying, let's go BU.